Back on hockey tomorrow, but for now, this takes center stage. You're welcome, Shua. Welcome aboard. Alright. Let us rock. Not sure how long we'll play this for tonight. Pretty much until I feel tired. How do the school grades in NCAA even upgrade? Just based off of success. Right? Just based off of success is pretty much the way. Like if you look at our coach info here. Our prestige as a team is a D. I guess that's our coach, actually. Hold on. I forget where to see it at this stage. You can see it at the beginning of the season, but because we're not ranked, it's going to be a problem. But yeah, just success is the best way to upgrade your team, basically. I'll do YouTube first time checking out a stream. Well, hopefully you're enjoying it. I mean, it's more of the same. Maybe a little bit more chill. I don't feel the need to talk all the time. So Jones is fighting Steve Bear Francis this summer, most likely. Can Jones beat other men? I don't give a shit. I'm kind of done with the UFC at this stage. Honestly. I'm honestly just sick of Dana White, the person, the promoter. I'm kind of over the UFC. I hate to tell you. What is the song called? This is Jim Yosef and Anna Yvette linked NCS release. Is that a long enough name for you? Shout out the non-copyright playlist. Yeah. Sneezed. Watching Goon Squad on YouTube. 2K doesn't interest me. Making sure I'm here for UMass. 2K doesn't interest you. Did you give it a shot? Or do you just think in general, you're like, ugh, gameplay? Either way, I get it. Alright, let's just hike this up there. Again, Tom Adams would be a great pickup for us. Daryl Moore, let's start. Again, right now, for him first, just keep trying the sways. Oops, went down one too far. Sedona, Arizona. Can't trash talk anybody. 2K doesn't interest you? That's a paddling, right? Let's see, we're in second for Roland. Again, we're going to have a very hard time locking this guy down because we can't really trash talk Wyoming. And he's from Wyoming. It's a problem. I miss 2K. EDA needs competition. I completely agree. Again, I've had more fun. Like, the thing is, right, and I mentioned this too, last week, I played some EASHL on stream with my buddy Terry O. That's Terry, as you'd expect. OH on Twitch. And, yeah, I scored about 20 goals in 3 games in NHL 3s. The 3-on-3 ESHL mode, not like the arcade 3s. And then I immediately went back to 2K and had more fun there. No disrespect to Endo or Bowen or anybody that I played with. But I scored 20 goals in 3 games and didn't have as much fun as I did on 2K. That's just a fact, you know? Like, that's just a fact. Is the market big enough for 2 games? No, which is why no one else has made a game yet. That's just a fact. If the market was big enough, we would still see games from other devs. Which, again, is why I'm saying this, and I completely agree with it. We are going to need a smaller developer to make a competent hockey game for someone like 2K to then say, okay, we'll pick this up and endorse it and pump the extra money into it that it needs to take it to the next level. So the only way that's going to happen, I don't know if that would happen necessarily with the NHL rights being locked down out of the gates, but the only way that's going to happen is if a game comes out and it's on point with the gameplay, when it's on, if it's on point with the franchise mode, Super Mega Hockey. Honestly, I would love, like, I don't think Super Mega Baseball is a perfect game by any means, but I would love to see what they could do with the hockey game. I'd love to see what that team could do with a hockey game. Because no disrespect to the likes of the people that put out like Super Blood Hockey and stuff like that, but it's not at that level where like a 2K would be like, you know, if we pick up the studio and they make this game for us, we could maybe compete with EA. It's not at that level. Not even close. So it's like, yeah, like you have like these niche hockey games like Slapshot, which can be fun. I haven't played too much of it on stream because I fucking suck at it. But let's be honest, a game like Slapshot is a niche game. You know, that's not gonna be the type of game that a bigger developer says, okay, much like EA just did with Codemasters, where they're just like, oh, okay. Well, Codemasters has a really good thing going on here with Dirt, with F1. Let's pick up Codemasters and just have them make the game for us, and we profit. You know, a 2K is not going to do that with a Super Blood Hockey or an old-time hockey or a Slapshot, right? That's just not going to happen. Those games aren't to that level. So, that, I swear, that's probably going to be the only way I'd ever expect there to be competition again. I genuinely don't think 2K sees it as worth their time to try and re-enter the hockey market after all this time. I think if they did, they would have done it already. They wouldn't have left the hockey market. But the problem is, 2K, what happened? They left the basketball, or you know, they focused on the basketball market because that's where they were crushing EA. They got forced out of the football market, and after All Pro Football didn't sell, even though All Pro Football is an amazing game, and I really should play that on stream at one point. Yeah, after All Pro Football, they gave up on football games. They gave up on baseball games because they were getting absolutely crushed by MLB The Show. And I used to love the 2K baseball games. Were they perfect? Fuck no. But they were fun. You know, and it was a nice alternative to the time where it's like, oh, I can't convince my parents to spend an extra $100 to $200 on a PlayStation 3, but I can convince them to get an Xbox. You know, that was my baseball game of choice. So, you know, damn. Like, that's honestly what it's going to take. Dude, All Pro Football 2K8 is probably better in terms of gameplay than NFL 2K5. Didn't have the presentation of 2K5, but if you look at it as, like, okay, here's how good this game is, 2K probably made an even better game. And I will shout out, I think it was Soft Drink TV that put out a game about, hey, there's a 2K8 community that keeps that game up to date. And it looks sick. Like, the up-to-date mods to this day for 2K8 looks incredible. And it probably is the best football game ever made in terms of gameplay. But, like I said, you know, you look at 2K. There's a reason why they haven't gotten back into football. Oh, well, there was this announcement. Yeah, but we don't know. It's supposed to be more of an arcade thing, right? Like, there's a reason why 2K just packed it up and said, alright, fuck it, we're just going to focus on basketball because we kicked the shit out of EA here. And I used to like NBA Live, like NBA Live 05, the dunk contest, stuff like that. That was pretty sweet back in the day. But, yeah, like I said, it's going to take that smaller developer to step in, fucking knock it out of the park, and force a 2K or somebody else to view hockey as worth getting into, as, oh my god, we could have a competitor for EA here. One sports game, one racing game, one combat sports game. Pick your three. AJ, what, like all time? Do you have a developer in mind who can create a better hockey game? I don't, because I just... It's tough to say, right? Because nobody has necessarily the, you know, like, I guess the history in making those type of games, right? Like, you wouldn't be looking at, like, 989 Sports doesn't exist anymore or anything like that. Like, that's the problem, right? It's like, you look at, like, a Codemasters, and it's like, man, they were making racing games since the 80s, so it's no real surprise that they're still killing it with sports game or with driving games like F1 and Dirt. So in terms of that developer, I have no idea. I genuinely don't know who I'd call out to be like, please, let you make a hockey game that can convince 2K to get back into the market. That I don't have an answer to. You know, you could sit there and look at these, like, smaller developers that have had success with other sports games and say maybe them. I mean, shit, back in the day, you know, there are some surprising developers that have gone on to make, I don't want to say like Mass Effect exactly, but like Mass Effect style games 15 years later that used to make hockey games in the 80s and 90s, or at least other sports games. So maybe it would take somebody like that. But again, the problem is, like, you're not going to get that type of developer to be like, yeah, we're going to make a hockey game probably at a loss. And it's just not going to happen. So, You know, genuinely, I look at it like it's probably going to take that kind of underground developer to be like, we're going to try to attempt a serious hockey game for the sole purpose of enticing, you know, after a couple of years, this bigger entity to take over. AJ, to answer that question, one sports game, one racing game, one combat sports game. The sports game would be NHL 2K10. That's my first instinct. And I probably stick with that. In terms of like any hockey game, I would probably take 2K10. I'd certainly take 2K10 over any football game. Not that like NFL 2K5's not there, or one of the Blitz games, or you know, one of the better Maddens. But yeah, I'd probably take 2K5. And yeah, like there isn't a basketball game or a baseball game that I'd put over 2K5. So, sports game would be 2K5. Racing game. Top racing game of all time. That's a tough one. Like, a few years ago, I probably would have said, like, Need for Speed Most Wanted, like the first one. But that one aged kind of weird with the graphics. Man, favorite racing game of all time, if I could only play one. Honestly, man, I might go something more recent, like an F1 or a MotoGP or something like that. There are some damn good racing games out there. Although, you know, I'll shout out Split Second for the 360. One of the best arcade racing games of all time. And top wrestling game, or combat sports game. I mean, MMA-wise, Undisputed 3 would be the one that would be up there for MMA, but obviously I'd take No Mercy as a combat sports game. I feel like that should have been pretty obvious. Split Second was great, wasn't it? For those who don't know what Split Second was, it was basically like you were... God, what the hell was that Jason Statham movie? Where you had to, like, you know, they were racing cars, but, like, you know, the fucking viewers or whatever could get involved and, like, throw out obstacles. Like, it was kind of like that movie, where you could build up a meter based on how you were doing in the race. And, you know, cause, like, world events to happen where it's like, it's just gonna drop a truck on somebody. You know, stuff like that. That was a really sick game. It wasn't Transporter, wasn't Crank. God damn it, I'm gonna have to look it up. Disney basically fucked the game with insane DRM and no legit marketing. Need for Speed Carbon was sick too. The original Need for Speed Carbon was sick because it came out after Tokyo Drift. And obviously, like, both had that big emphasis on, like, downhill racing, which was pretty sick. What the hell was that Jason Statham movie? It's a really good movie, actually, for just kind of like a interesting action flick. Death Race. It was the first Death Race. Has Ian McShane in it too, who's a hell of an actor. So yeah, the first Death Race. I think they made a shitty sequel. Underground 2 is my favorite Need for Speed game. I mean, that's probably my second, maybe third. I do like that original Most Wanted. I put so much time into that back in the day. I played it on stream at 1.2, but like I said, graphics-wise, man, it's muddy. It is muddy. Which is kind of a shame. But back in the day, like when Need for Speed Most Wanted came out, I'm like, oh my god, this is incredible. Obviously, because that's how it works. That's what I'm saying. 04 Rebuild's my preferred hockey game. Fair. I haven't played too much of 04 Rebuild. You know? I just haven't played enough of it. I do love NHL 04, though. With a passion. I might have bought that game more than any other, because I've bought it like 4 times. But... yeah, that's a hell of a game, too. Although I will say, too, with the whole combat sports game, just because it was combat sports game, he didn't, like, say fighting game, but, like, combat sports game, like, obviously, it's a like, it's very close between No Mercy, UFC Undisputed 3, and Fight Night Round 4. Like, those are the 3 where I'd really struggle to pick one. I enjoy Burnout and Flat Out. Fair. Need for Speed Pro Street. Need for Speed Pro Street. I just kind of, like, lost interest eventually in the Need for Speed games. And I think, honestly, it was Pro Street that fucked it. Because after that, they started to drift into, like, the more realistic, I guess, in a way. Yeah, that's what Pro Street was. Even though it was developed by Black Box, who were great. It was, like, the more realistic type of thing. And just at the time, I'm like, this isn't what I want. Alright, so we play New Mexico State next. Alright, and then, I mean, God, you could go back to, like, the days of, like, cruising USA. You know? Alright, so we're in Adam's top 5 here on MySpace, which is great. But in fairness, like, I haven't gone back, Frank, to play Pro Street, so it might be better than I remember. You know, I could go back and play Pro Street and maybe be like, holy shit, this is awesome, you know? I don't know for sure. Alright, we're looking good for some of these prospects here. I think Need for Speed the Run was the last one I played. Dude, I have that. I brought it to the girlfriends with me for the express reason of playing it. I remember Need for Speed the Run coming out, and I'm like, that looks sick. And then people are like, ah, it's short, it's not that good. I still want to play it, and I might play it someday on stream. Just the idea of racing from one side of the country to the other was awesome to me. So yeah, one of these days I gotta play Need for Speed the Run, even if it is like a fucking 4-hour game. I really do want to play that. I'm surprised I haven't played it on stream yet, to be honest. Talk some trash about Michigan State. I think I'd love Pro Street because me and 2 friends as a group were playing it, depending on the type of race we were doing. Ah, fair. Isn't it heavily based on the movie? I feel like it was based on a movie at the time. I will say, though, with the Run, too, it's just, like, that came out before you had something like, God, what is that game that's just escaping me right now? It's the racing game where you can just drive from one side of the country to the other. And The Crew. Yep, there it is. And I love The Crew. I didn't play too much of the second one because I'm just like, well, airplanes isn't really a selling point to me. But literally one day, one of my best friends and I, we just sat down and we're just like, let's drive from one side of the country to the other. And it was just great because we kept making stops. Like, it's like, here's the world's largest tire. And we're like, that's fucking awesome. It was just a really fun game to play. Yeah, the Crew, the first Crew game was awesome. Like I said, I don't know how well the second one aged, but I gotta play that again at some point too. It was basically like, we're gonna take a fucking virtual road trip, let's go. It was sweet, man. It was sweet. Three-man at the point road trip, that'd be so fun. It is an Ubisoft game, yes. It might as well be Assassin's Creed with cars, in terms of just, hey, go all over the map, get these hidden car parts, get these collectibles. But yeah, no, I like it just for the fact that, yeah, that world map is huge. Literally, you can drive from one side of the country to the other. It was pretty accurate for the time, too. So, shout out to the Crew. It's funny, 3 men at the wheel. I'm surprised we didn't play NASCAR tonight, dude. I am very hyped up to play NASCAR again. Especially on the wheel. Because like I said, man, like we raced Michigan the other night. There's a chance... Wow, this guy sucks. There's a chance we might do another NASCAR playthrough or something like that. Because on the wheel, like... I feel like it's an easier adjustment on the wheel to play NASCAR rather than F1, for obvious reasons. And, yeah, dude, I fucking crushed Michigan. Like, I beat people by like 20 seconds. Chris, I do have a wheel. It's not the most expensive one in the world. We just got one of those like basic Thrustmasters that are sold at Walmarts. But yeah, nah, man. We play racing games quite a bit. Between that, MotoGP, F1, stuff like that. So, which one? I think it's like the Ferrari Thrustmaster or something or other. I could look it up specifically if you care enough. It might be the 150. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'd have to look it up. It was literally just like we kept talking, Deke Slayer and I, about, hey, let's get a wheel, let's get a wheel. And then we both agreed to get that one. Because that way it wasn't that expensive. So, it's not bad for the price point. My only issue is I'm, 6'3", essentially. 6'2" and a half. I always round down to 6'2". But close enough to 6'3" that oftentimes when I just sit at my desk, I don't have proper leg room. So I really do need to get one of those kind of racing setups where it's like, you know, there's actual, like, just a space for the pedal box, and it's like you're actually sitting in a car like that. Like, that would be nice. That'd be very helpful. But I actually have played the rally games before too. Pretty fun. Wouldn't say it's the most interesting to me, just because it's like consistent dirt racing. But I mean, I'm interested in rally, but like, you know, shout out to the X Games back in the day, watching rally all the time. How the hell are the Cajuns ahead of us? Are you kidding me? Get the hell out of here. I'm not losing out to frickin' Lafayette. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. And sometimes snow. Fair enough. But yeah, I definitely had my time where I'm just like, I'm gonna watch Rally and Gymkhana and nerd the fuck out. Even though I was never that big of like a car guy or anything. Alright, let's see. Mr. Shaw. Put on a good NASCAR game. Good NASCAR 03. Fair. You know what's funny? That's what actually spurred my interest in playing racing games again. Is on a fluke. I don't know if Dag is in chat. I doubt it because the schedule changed. But literally had a viewer say, "Hey, if I get you like I think it was NASCAR Thunder 04." We missed out on Schuler. That sucks. No, we didn't. He went here. Damn it. I'm an idiot. I tried to read the chat too quick. We didn't need a quarterback, but Kevin Hawk, welcome aboard. 4-star recruit, baby. You'll love to see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Hawk is here. But yeah, we actually started playing NASCAR Thunder 04. And I'm like, this isn't that bad. The graphics were a little bit tough. And I'm just like, I kind of want to play the modern NASCAR game. So then I bought Heat 4 and fell in love with it. Loved Heat 4. It's not a perfect game by any stretch, but I really enjoyed myself playing it. And then it was, I want to try F1. And then fell in love with F1. And then, let me try MotoGP. And then fell in love with MotoGP. To the point where, I swear to God, too. Swear to God. Last year, my girlfriend and I, our first date, you know, picked out the restaurant, and one of the things we both remember is that NASCAR, the Daytona 500, was on the TV. And I'm just like, man, I used to be into that. And we were just kind of laughing it off. Like, it is what it is. And then, like, she went to the bathroom, and then Ryan Newman almost died. I'm just like, you just missed one hell of a crash. But it's funny, because then, like, right after that, you know, was when I started getting back into racing. Like, very much back into racing games. So it's just funny now that this year, again, I came back home, you know, she's with me, and then last night, I'm like, I kind of want to watch the Daytona 500. And it's like, how much things can change in a year, you know? Sending Catfish to make his own race team, right? Honest question, maybe it's because I grew up on 02 and 04, but am I the only one who doesn't get the NHL 94 hype? I mean, NHL 94 is probably overhyped at this stage. And me and a couple buddies of mine think NHL 95 is better. But yeah. I mean, NHL 94 is good. Is it upper? It's not upper echelon for me, at least, but I can see why it holds that special place to so many people. We missed out on Terrence Washington, so let's get him off the board. AJ, I watched the highlights this morning, and she didn't say, my God, turn that off. So, I got that going for me. I just noticed you're not with girlfriends. Indeed. I will be going back on Thursday, so there might not be a stream on Thursday. You guys might have to wait until Friday. But, yeah, it was to, I mean, she's on February break from work, so it was like, okay, cool, let's take this opportunity to, you know, that way I can come back home, visit some family. I'm going to be up at her place for my birthday. So, you know, it's just kind of like for my mom, I'm just like, hey, you can still say hi to me before my birthday type of thing. Because she's just like, I'm going to miss your birthday. Or not see you like the day before, the day after. Sad times, you know? Sad times. Took the Citizen Kane of NHL games. Changed everything but other NHL games more enjoyable. That's a fair comparison. We missed out on Alan Green. He's a bust. That's, but he went to BC. That kind of sucks. Let's see if we can work our way in here with Mr. Brown. Let's see what we got, because we haven't thrown the opening gambit to this guy. We'll see if we can work our way in. So we continue to try and rack up these 4-star recruits. Yeah, I'm kind of glad we switched over to this, because I don't think we could have had these conversations if I was focusing like super heavily on 2K10. So, had 98 on the PC when I was young. That intro was elite. That's the best thing about 98 is the intro. At least 98 on like the PlayStation. Oh my god, like 98, 99, those graphics. Oof. Those graphics aged poorly. Poorly. Alright, 26 dudes left on the board. Let's go get spanked by New Mexico. I'm in a YouTube series right now. Alright, let's get spanked here. $42-14, baby. Yes. Yes. Who's my favorite driver in the cup right now? Still Reddick and Bubba? Yes. I would say so. That's a huge win for us. I'd say Reddick and Bubba are probably still up there. God, I mean, there's some others though that I don't hate. It's funny though, is like for a lot of them, it's like obviously like the memes from Heat 4, you know, like that's what led to me being like, I like this guy. I thought Reddick drove 3/4 of the race. I mean, he's just that good of a guy. Now, Clay Greenfield is, of course, my favorite, but he's stuck in the Truck Series. Damn shame. Did I see Sunday's race? I watched the highlights Monday morning. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's like any particular drivers where I'm like, I hate this guy, you know? Alright, we knew that we got Hawk, which is great. Yeah, I wouldn't say there's anybody that I particularly hate. We'll go with. Alright, off to Idaho. Final road game of the season, our penultimate game of the season. We're up to 6-4, which is beautiful. Guaranteed at least a 500 record on the season, which is an incredible accomplishment. Alright, let's keep talking to people here. So we're in first, or no we're not. We're in second for Palmer. How far back are we of USC? We are right in the money, right in the running, on the money for Mr. Teddy Palmer. Let's see what we can do. I actually talk some trash about USC, so I'm going to keep playing the long game. Can't talk trash about them there, but that's okay. He's from California, so that's a really tough bid. We're in first for Tommy Adams. Again, keep playing the long game. Wyoming, man. What's up with Wyoming being in the running for some of these top guys? Shit. See, Mr. Moore. Let's keep USC's here as well. Keep talking some trash in the long term. It's going to be tough to seal the deal with these players, but if we can get those values up there, we're going to be okay. Kind of like that, where I can take 15 points off of MSU every time. Roland, we're still in second. We're going to keep fighting for him. Can we take him away from his hometown team? That is the question. And with those sways succeeding, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. It's a pretty good week. McNair, we're in first for. Trying to get this to work. Again, Florida's a pipeline for us, so that's really good. Get bonus points no matter what. Robertson. See if we can get more info on you. 78-90 speed. Beastly. On a happy note, Devils finally play a game tomorrow. Hope. Let's go, boys. Oh, we're picking up momentum here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
The athlete, Seth Robertson, out of Charlotte, Michigan, picks us over Notre Dame, LSU, and others. 4 stars, potentially a 78 overall. Seth Robertson. 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 87 agility, 84 man coverage. So this dude can be a corner. This dude can be a wide receiver from the looks of it. Could probably be a run. Dude, he can be a quarterback, potentially. Unless I did the wrong thing. Dude, he can be a quarterback. He can be a running back. He can be a wide receiver. He can be a corner. Unbelievable. He is going to be a stud for us. That's a huge win right there. And we're getting these dudes to commit here at very interesting times. He could be my daddy. He could be. Who's to say, Endo? Got those great genes. Levi's. Daryl Holt, what do we got for you? You want to sign up too? Oh, Georgia, you're fucked. Oh, Georgia, you're fucked. That's a huge W for us. It's taken a little bit of time to win over some of these players, but now that the time investment's paying off, we're gonna lock these guys down. OSU's fucked once we start talking trash. If you ever play Codemasters with the wheel, you need to set the rotation to 360. Indeed, Chris, as I've unfortunately discovered. I mean, there were okay times with me on F1 with the wheel, and then others where I'm just like, oh my god. That was a tough adjustment for sure. That's the one kind of issue. Like, I still haven't found my perfect wheel settings. Because there are still moments, man, where it's like, I essentially need it to take a bit. Like, I can't quite get it right with the dead zone. Where it's like, I can't have it be that much of a turn, and then my car just goes. Like, it's tough. It's tough. Charles Dickens. Let's go ahead and get you. LMA Manager 2002 was a Codemaster game. Yeah, Dunham, I saw you mention that. I'm like, I have no idea what the hell that is. I'm guessing it's a motorsport-related option. All right, Dickens, let's talk to you for a couple minutes. See, Moody, again, we really don't need a quarterback, but I need as many 4-star recruits as I can get to hype up the prestige of my school. Next week is when we really start talking trash about a lot of teams. Tough in Texas right now. Man, the weather is fucking nuts, is all I can say. But, you know, global warming. Some people are fucking stupid. Well, it's like I did this in the 1900s, so, weather patterns. Read a book. Okay. But yeah, not a very grand situation for Texans right now. Because people will be like, oh my god, there was an inch of snow on the ground in Atlanta, Georgia, lost their minds. It's like, well, no shit. Like, these people aren't accustomed to this. That's a dangerous situation. I really think that's a laughing matter. It's like, well, I'm from Maine. I deal with 18 feet of snow every week. It's like, cool, no one's impressed. No one's impressed. And people are like, yeah, that's why I don't live there. Good answer. Football at LMA is kind of like a union but for managers. Similar to Football Manager as a Wisconsin Championship Manager. You don't play, you just manage. Fair. So the NFL Coach 09 of its time, from the sounds of it. I don't think we're going to be able to catch Illinois here, but I'm not going to give up. Tony Gordon's just too good of a name. Let's see, we got 6 dudes left. Let's do another 20 minutes here for one Frank Green. I should have done 30 because I'm trailing. Riverdale, Utah. Huh? I recommend you try out a Dirt 4 game. It's very good. Haven't tried 5. I played Dirt 3 and 4 back in the day, so ahead of you on that one. They were fun games for sure. I think back in the day one of them was free on Xbox Live, so it's like, yeah, sure. Alright, Mr. Davis. I'll be able to schedule you a visit for next week, our season finale against UConn, who I think are still ranked, which is very scary. Tippoo, New York. Home of the Mets. Sorry. It's late. What can I say? Alright, Mr. Martin. Let's talk. Seven Oaks, South Carolina. You think they talk shit about Six Oaks, about how they're superior? And Damian Brown. I don't know if we're going to be able to make any headway with you here, buddy, but I'm going to try. Some of these non-copyrighted songs are bangers, aren't they? There are some good ones. Alright, that does it for our scouting this week. Which means we get to play our penultimate game of the season, our final road game. Again, we only had one home game this year, and it's coming up against UConn. We take on the Idaho Vandals, in which we are favorited. Which means we're going to lose. Because that's how this game works. Before we take on top 10 UConn, and indeed, there it is. We lose 38-24. It's almost as if all EA games work the same way. Oh, God. God help me. Why do all of these games work the same? Don't know, it's okay with the novel, buddy. No problem in reading it, especially right now. Bowl game for the second straight season. I mean, if we lose to UConn, we're going to finish at 6-6, so we probably will make it, but I don't think it's guaranteed. Oh boy. Let us rock. Let us rock. Let us roll. So yeah, we're gonna get pooped on by UConn probably. At least that's my my prediction. Of course, we know we locked down Robertson, which is good. Alright, let's at least finish up this regular season tonight, huh? UConn is the 6th rated team in the country. We can at least ruin UConn's season. That is our game plan. Ruin things for arguably our biggest rivals. There's a lot of people on a visit this week, too. So let's see, Mr. Palmer, we are in first for. Confirmed gem. Yeah, we're in a spot now where it's like, okay, let's start talking trash about the people that we're ahead of. Let's start talking trash. If we can't talk trash, then we sway it. Pretty good week there. Mr. Adams, let's talk to you and then schedule out that visit. Start talking some trash about Wyoming. This is where all of those sway attempts hopefully pay off for us. Have one interested in help, though we should have just done player choice. Got two things, of course, the depth chart and professors that we can sell them on. Daryl Moore, Pride of Sedona. I can't believe I can actually talk trash to USC on some of these. Can't do it on academic prestige, though. Yeah, I'll just do prospects choice there. Let's see, Darrell Ball, Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Talk some shit about Michigan State. Talk some shit about Michigan State. It's beautiful. And try to sway. Didn't work. Let's see. Lamar, Roland, we are in trouble for still, but hopefully I can get some shit talking into Wyoming here. There we go. Hopefully we can win back some points here. It's a little bit tough though. Wyoming can actually compete with us in some regards. McNair. Definitely talk as much trash about Auburn as we can. 2 out of 3 is not so bad. Good stuff there. Of course, we get that pipeline bonus too. Tony Bright, let's finish scouting you out. 69% is hilarious, but want that 100. He is a 76. We'll also talk to Tommy House. We're competing with USC for. Trash talk him there. Can't trash talk him there. Alright, not too much we could do for Tommy House except comparing the playing time. Mr. Bright. Ooh, can't trash talk NC State. Okay, I can trash talk them there, though. That helps a lot. We gained almost as many points as they lost, which is... Actually, it was dead even, actually. 64 apiece. That's great news. Darryl Holt. Talk some trash about Georgia. I think this is where we seal the deal here, chat. The ability to talk trash about these teams now. This is where it pays off. Although we didn't take too many points off of Georgia there, but... Damian Sanders, I knew Oklahoma State would be in trouble once we start shit-talking. This is going to be huge. Oh, this is going to be a huge week for us. There's no way Damian picks them over us. I'd be shocked. Jesus. Oh my god. That is a fantastic week. Mr. Dickens. I'm only going to scout you out for 10 more minutes, so I might as well. He is confirmed at a 72. Not going to be able to talk too much trash about Notre Dame, unfortunately. Which really sucks. Yeah, it's going to be tough there. Notre Dame or the U happen to make a big stand for that guy. We're not going to be able to keep him. Let's talk to our professors, buddy. How many more people do we have on a visit this week? Oof. Quite a few. We might have to drop this down to like 20 minutes. Maybe. It's going to be a close call. Mr. Moody, we do not need another quarterback, but I'll gladly still scout you for the sake of this. So IRL or college is allowed to say, hey, look, we know you're considering LSU, but if you can come here, you can probably... I mean, are they allowed to? I'm sure. If they're not, do they do it anyway? Of course. So, I wouldn't necessarily call that tampering, would you? I wouldn't necessarily call that tampering. That's just fair game. Okay, we already scheduled things out for Dickens, right? I might as well double check. Yes, we did. Come here, we have free cookies. No, you're not allowed to give them anything, though. It's not allowed. You're not allowed to let them, you know, you can't pay them. Can't give them free shit. It's not allowed. That's the key. This is a tough one here, too, for John Goodman. We just have to hope that VT doesn't make a strong push for this guy. And then Shaw. Here's our final 10 minutes on you. He's on a soft commit to BYU. We're in trouble for this guy here. We need to make as strong of a push here as we can. Unfortunately, I can't talk trash about BYU. They're probably going to win this. The one thing I can't use my my very few advantages to my favor. Alright, Mr. Justice, let's talk. Not gonna be able to trash talk, so we might as well still sway when it comes to this guy. Top Hat, what's going on? NCAA is one of the most corrupt sports governing bodies in the world. Correct. Yes, it is. Beef is the worst. Probably, yeah. Oh, shout out to Sepp Blatter, who's probably somewhere on a beach or, rather than being in prison. Let's see, McKeon here. Can't really sell you on too much other than the professor talks. Mr. Gordon, let's talk to you for 20. I mean, yeah, it's tough to say the Olympics aren't incredibly corrupt. The IOC. Definitely up there. Alright, Mr. Gordon, let's have you talk to our professors here, buddy. Let's see, we got 140 left, divided by 6 players. Okay, we'll go 20 minutes each here. Mr. Green, let's schedule that visit for today. Yep, screw it. Let's just see what we can do for this guy. The answer is going to be not much. Our professors are going to be tired as shit. Mr. Logan. We are going to have a hard time selling this guy on just about anything, which really sucks. Be easier to name the non-corrupt governing bodies. True. Let's talk to Mr. Yes. Yes, chat. Yes. 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 You'll love to see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
4-star wide receiver Joey Davis. Welcome to the show. We beat out Virginia Tech and Rutgers for the proud New Jersey boy. Springsteen, the boss, would just be so proud. Get ourselves a lovely 4-star recruit there. Great news for us. I honestly thought that Virginia Tech would win because there wasn't much we could do for that guy. Unfortunately, there really wasn't. If Virginia Tech decided to make a strong push for him, we were out. Like, we didn't have the pitches to make to be able to shit talk to keep him. We just didn't. Martin, to be honest, I mean, we're in first for you. Let's just do a quick 10-minute check. Joey plays wide receiver. Or something or other. Jesus. I know that was awful. And then Damian Brown. I don't think we're going to be able to win you over from anybody else. I can try to talk some shit about USC. Okay. So that is it. We go to our final game of the season. Let's be honest. It doesn't have, Link Mobsky, what's up? It doesn't have major implications on our season. It would be nice to ruin it for UConn. You know, let's just see what happens. And if it freezes, and we'll call it a night. It's our only home game of the season. We take on ranked UConn with a chance to ruin their season. We're going to see if we can pull it off. I am excited. I am excited. And a good chance to potentially get a bowl game here if we survive this. We might get it, we might get it regardless, but certainly a win would get us that bowl game. Folius, indeed. It's always half and half, pretty much. All right, chat. Our first home game of the season. Every other game was on the road for the sake of promises. We will Belichick kick it. And we shall sim, as we do. So, through the first quarter we go. 7-0 UConn. 14-0 UConn. Imagine waiting all season long for your team to get a home game. And this is what happens. I can't jump back into the Super Sim because I accidentally hit watch play. So I guess we'll see if on second and goal we can get a touchdown here. Cage-free donut, thank you for the follow. Can we get the touchdown here? Mr. Cobbs. Mr. Cobbs. Kenny Cobbs, baby. Kenny Cobbs. Touchdown, UMass. Good job, boys. You don't even need me. Let's go to the half. We missed the point after. 21-6 UConn. We probably went for the 2-pointer. All right, so down 21-6 at the half. Not great. We'll go to the fourth. It is now 28-6. 35-6. Let's just run a couple of plays here. See what happens.
Scrambling around. Now he's gonna run and watch
Oh boy,
out.
Kenny.
And he has
Got a run in there too. We know he's got the speed. So I mean, you know, UMass, we're still gonna finish at 500 for the second season in a row, which is one hell of an accomplishment, really. Honestly, let's run this bad boy. Oh, that was a bad idea. I thought that slot receiver would do a better job of picking up that block. He didn't. He didn't at all, actually. Not one bit. Ball projections. I don't think we're gonna make it. This needs to be a quick pass. There is a real threat of a blitz again.
Drops to throw.
And a horrible throw on the run. I noticed we had the guy over the top there too, but we got forced out of the pocket very, very early.
Third down now, and they need to get it down.
Okay, well hey, I'm gonna at least see what happens on this drive, then we'll take it from there. We're gonna look for Sims, of course.
He's looking to pass. Zips it over the middle.
Ah, what a play. That other dude was wide open. I missed him. Alright, well hey, we'll go for it on fourth down because there's no loss here. In terms of like, oh no, if we don't score here, we're fucked. Like, nah, we're fucked no matter what. Let's see what we can do.
It's fourth down, and the offense is getting set to go.
It's a shame I missed a couple open receivers. One just because we got forced out of the pocket, and then the second one just outright missed him.
He drops back. He's gonna go for the home run.
Got Parker though.
Tackle, but it leaves him with a first and goal.
Good stuff.
Last catch gives him
At least we tried, right? UMass coach probably. Hey, at least our stands were full. That's the real win here. It's all UConn fans. It's like a Toronto Maple Leafs game in Ottawa.
He might be playing a cat and mouse game here with the defense. Looks to a receiver.
Let's go, boys. Good drive. Good drive. Definitely way too late to get back into this one. But good stuff. We made our point. Let's sim to the end. UConn will stay ranked. They beat us 42-19 in front of our home fans. So they will go on to a pretty good bowl game, all things considered. We fall to 6-6 for the second year in a row, which again is still a marvelous accomplishment for this team. A marvelous accomplishment indeed, so I'm not very upset. We did quite well. Quite well indeed. I am not complaining. Very, very happy with that. And we gotta let this run so we don't risk it freezing. You did good, boys. Let's see if we get to go to Hawaii again. Very good chance we get to go to Hawaii today. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Do quite well. And, yeah. UConn wins. Again, to the surprise of nobody. I don't know how many stadiums in the South didn't allow alcohol sales for the longest time, and some don't. Tri-counties, man. Tri-counties are the best. No alcohol on Sundays because the Lord. Which, hey, believe in what you want to believe in. But I'm not going to say that people can't drink on Sundays. They want to drink, let them fucking drink. Just do so responsibly and don't drive. Or I'll punch you. Threatening people with violence works, right? I'd say threatening people with violence is a good way to go. All things considered. I feel like it normally works out for people quite well. So, we're feeling good. Oh boy, I'm afraid to hit A because I really don't want this to freeze. I want to be able to skip to the next game. I really want to be able to go to the next moment here. There we go. So another season. That's season 3 in the books already. as insane as that is, we have gotten 3 seasons done here with UConn already, which is nuts. Fucking nuts. Already locked down some more good recruits. I feel attacked when this gonna get slammed. Alright, to the conference championship week, which of course we are not going to be involved with at all. That is just not a thing that factors into what we're doing here. At all. One of these years we'll be involved. Maybe we'll be able to take the Waka Waka, but for now, no. 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 Not at all. Not at all. Alright, come on. Give me more recruits here. It's the only thing we can hope for. Check the bowl. I mean, of course we're going to check the bowl games to see where other people are playing. There's a chance we're going to be in a bowl game for the 2nd year in a row. We got to go to Hawaii last year. It was pretty... as the kids say, it was pretty dope. You know? Alright, come on. Big money, big recruits. Let's go. Lock them down. Lock them down. Can we lock them down? Of course, we knew we got Davis. What was wrong with today's game? All of our players showed up. It's the only positive. Well, we showed up, and yeah, that was it. All right, so UConn's up to number 5 in the nation. That's nuts. So top 25 polls right now. Texas is the undisputed number 1. You have Florida State, USC, Georgia, and UConn up there. I mean, Georgia right now are the defending national champions. I'm pretty sure they beat Texas in last year's final. UCF is up there in 8th. You got a powerhouse offense. Tennessee, Virginia Tech, the top 10. You also have San Diego State at 10-1 in the top 18. Dude, Lafayette's up there at 11-1. Holy shit. And Houston is also cracked. That's nuts. There are some teams up there where it's like, how the hell did they get there? And in terms of the BCS rankings, again, it's going to be pretty much the same. Yeah. Connecticut's actually in 5th in terms of the BCS rankings, so you can definitely see the slight differences there. Bama's in 4th, Georgia in 5th. So definitely some differences from the coaches poll to the BCS rankings, where Mississippi State's even in there.
Fanboy! The
So,
man was a
Till
fanboy!
Tom, 18 months from one of my favorite Germans. Till Tom, how are you this morning? And for the 2nd year in a row, out of 3 seasons, UMass are in a bowl game, hopefully. We're projected to play Toledo in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. From Hawaii to potato country. The 2nd earliest bowl. At least we're better than Air Force and Michigan. We are projected to play Toledo. That is tremendous. National title is projected to be Florida State and Texas. Ohio and Pittsburgh. Let's see. Cotton Bowl is Texas A&M and TCU. Fiesta Bowl is UCF and Oklahoma. Orange Bowl, Alabama and Connecticut. Connecticut against Alabama in the Orange Bowl. Sugar Bowl, Virginia and Auburn. Rose Bowl, Nebraska and USC. Fair enough. So I think for the 2nd year in a row, we're going to be in a bowl game, which is pretty sweet. And then to look at the season stats now. So Edwards got to play a little bit, 27 of 50, 434 yards and 4 touchdowns for Alex Edwards, 3 picks. Flip side passing-wise, Kenny Cobbs, 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Kenny Cobbs, though, picked up an injury against UConn. So we might be without Kenny Cobbs for the rest of the season, which is that bowl game. Let's go check the injuries. Is Kenny Cobbs done for the year? That'd be pretty devastating. He's probable. So Cobbs with a foot stress fracture should be able to play. We did lose senior left tackle Julius Witherspoon, so not a great way to end his college career with a broken wrist. So we won't have our starting left tackle. So obviously passing game, Cobbs isn't amazing, but in the running game is, I'm sure, where we're going to see an improvement indeed. And Butler had over 1,100 yards in his rookie year with 5 touchdowns. Cobbs 700 yards, 9 touchdowns for the quarterback. So 25 touchdowns in total. And Darius Edmonds got some carries. Simpson got some carries. Merriman, the fullback, as well. So spread the ball around pretty well. Sims led the way in terms of receptions, in terms of yardage, and in terms of touchdowns. So what a year for the rookie out of King, North Carolina. Very excited for this team. Blocking-wise, 36 pancakes for the rookie Sammy Mays. Just bowling over defensive linemen. He did give up the most sacks. The least amount of sacks from starter was center Matt Hodges. So not bad. Defensively, 100 tackles for freshman Mike Carr, who of course we moved from safety to linebacker. That's beautiful. 12 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. It was a two-way tie for second with Bowen. David Williams with 3.5. Interceptions, 3 for sophomore Mike Perry. Let's see, what do we got here? Kicking-wise, 9 of 13 for John Small. It's not too bad. Punting-wise, Small was involved in a lot of punts, as was Darius Smith. Okay, so not bad. We could look at the, I mean, you can see there, Clark was up there. 4,200 yards was the most. Rushing-wise, 1,800 yards was the most. So, yeah, a lot of our guys were off the top of the list, right? So let us move forward. And it is indeed confirmed. The Idaho famous Potato Bowl. We go from playing in Hawaii last year to they stick us in fucking Idaho. Like, come on, man. Really? We're going to goddamn Idaho? Ain't that a bitch? No disrespect, Idaho, but I mean, come on. Even Idaho's like, yeah, Hawaii would be cool. Hawaii would be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? It would be. But that's not happening. No Hawaii today. No. You just picture the locker. Man, we suck. No, my mom says we're good. The Heisman goes to Georgia's running back, Jeff Hill. 17 rushing touchdowns on the season. Gamer, we just hit the end of season 3. It is just about bowl season. It is just about bowl season. Which is great. Because who doesn't love bowl season? And again, it will be Toledo in a showdown tonight. No, it's not Toledo. We're going to play Bowling Green. So Toledo went elsewhere. We get to play Bowling Green. They are favored. Equal defenses. They have the slightly better offense. We had more points per game. They had the better offense and basically better everything. So it'll not be Toledo. It'll be Bowling Green in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. 8-4. Bowling Green squad against the 6-6 UMass Minutemen. The question is... let's get the confirmation of the bowl games here. Toledo gets to play Ohio State. Fucking have fun, nerds. It's going to be Virginia and Texas. So Florida State falls out. National title game is Virginia and Texas. That is Texas's to lose. Cotton Bowl is Texas A&M and TCU. Fiesta Bowl, UCF, Oklahoma. Orange Bowl, Florida State and Alabama. Sugar Bowl is Connecticut and Auburn. Rose Bowl, Nebraska and USC. And Georgia plays Iowa in the Capital One Bowl. So our defending national champions fell to 13th. And there will be new champions this season. The big question is, Cobb's going to be good to go? Yes, he is. So our starting quarterback is available. We'll just go with the best possible depth chart. And this team, aside from making sure that Butler's in, this team, and let's get White in at tight end as the secondary option. This team's good to go. Bowling Green stands in our way. We lost in Hawaii last year in our bowl game, but maybe, just maybe this year we can pull off an upset, beat Bowling Green,
oh, good,
and figure it out from there. I mean, again, we've already had a great recruitment class. Ingram, thank you for the follow. We've already had a pretty good recruitment class. Again, we finished 3rd in the nation last year. We are currently 52nd. And you can see in just 3 seasons, we've taken it from a 60 rated team to a 75. Still 1-star prestige. But so far, 4 recruits, all 4 stars. So there's a very good chance that we could finish with another top 10 recruitment class if things go according to plan, but we will not lock down a single 5-star, unfortunately. So things just keep getting better for UMass. And we'll get to kick off the next stream, or at least when we switch to this, with, again, our 2nd bowl game in as many years. Bowling Green, who are very much favored and will probably beat us. But again, it's another bowl game. Can't be too upset.